Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your weekend reading, right? It's the extended weekend reading, focusing on the energies surrounding us during the weekend of March 30th through April 1st, 2018. So last weekend of the month. For the reading, as you can see, I've already shuffled off camera, have laid the spread. For the main reading, I'm using the Sun and Moon Tarot deck, and there's one additional oracle card from the Earth Magic Oracle card deck by Stephen D. Farmer. Just a quick reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. If you're interested in a personal reading, focusing on you, what's going on in your life right now, I would ask that you take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find information about the types of readings that I offer, as well as pricing for that, or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Another quick reminder, there's also a full moon reading. It's a special reading for this blue moon happening on the 31st, so please take a look at that. It's an extra reading in addition to the regular readings that I put out, just looking at the energy surrounding the full blue moon. Okay, all right, so let's see here. Starting off with the Four of Swords. This sits in the past position. So the energy as we leave the week, heading into the weekend, right? The Four of Swords. In this deck, it's called Truce. In the present position, we have the Princess of Wands. And the outbound energy for the weekend as you head into the following week, we have the Three of Wands, Virtue. It's the name that is given to this card in this deck. And the overall energy for the weekend, the card that was at the bottom of the deck, is Major Arcana, the Zero card, the Fool. And the oracle card that came out, I'll show you the card, and then when we get to, after we go through the main part of the reading, I'll read you the full meaning for the card. But it's meadow, vulnerability. And there's a beautiful image of this beautiful meadow here, right, with lavender and sunflowers. A very beautiful card. Okay, so let me see here. Now I'm being led to sort of go through the reading and then focus on the overall energy. So in the past position, right, this Four of Swords card. So the Suit of Swords itself has to do with our thoughts, our ideas, right? It's mental energy, cerebral energy, our intellect. It's how we communicate, right? How we express ourselves, how we communicate our ideas and thoughts to others. And the Four of Swords, it can be a card of taking time out, right? Sometimes this Four of Swords card appears after, a particularly difficult period in your life. Maybe there's this need to, retreat, recuperate, rest, take time out for yourself. For others, this card sometimes appears after an actual, like a surgery, when you need to take time to rest, recover, recuperate from that surgery. For others, this can just be, a need to kind of look at, things that are going on in your life, right? Solve problems. Be receptive to, solving problems, to working through problems. This card, like I said, in this particular deck, it's called Truce. So there might have been, some type of conflict where you needed to come to some type of resolution or resolve the conflict with another person. Come to a truce. You might have a truce with that person. But it does also have this rest and recuperate and healing quality about this card as well. So there might have been, and it does sit in the past position, you might have been going through some type of, recharging of both your mind, your body, in order to move forward, in order to heal and move on, right? Which brings us to this Princess of Wands. So you have two Wands cards sitting next to each other, okay? And the Suit of Wands, it deals with creativity, creative projects. It's our own drive and fire and ambition to get those things done, right? It's the work that we do, the day-to-day, sort of the daily matters, the daily tasks that we do, such as the work, like at work, at home. It's the chores that we do around the house. And, generally we think of it as maybe creative endeavors coming in, creative projects, artistic endeavors. And this Princess of Wands here, this is usually, if it's a person, when we have court cards in a reading, it can be somebody that we're actually dealing with, right, over the weekend. If so, this would generally be a fire sign individual, male or female, right? It's not gender specific, but a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries individual. And this person is very, good at going after what he or she, has in mind or sets his or her goal. They're somebody who, they're kind of fearless, they're, in the traditional tarot, this Princess of Wands would be the page, right? The Page of Wands. And so usually pages are the ones who bring in messages. So this could be news coming in, news from quite a distance, news from afar. If it is, this is going to be exciting news, something, news that you're going to feel very enthusiastic about, excited about. This Princess of Wands as well is somebody who's very willing to try new things. So this could be news about, something that's brand new, something you haven't done before. This person is also good about, facing or confronting sort of inner obstacles, right? So getting over those inner fears, those inner obstacles. Somebody who is very good at facing his or her own fears, So this could be there could be something going on over the weekend that you're called to face your own fears about a certain situation, right? Or in dealing with somebody or something. So it's all about, releasing, right? Releasing this fear, if there is a fear that you might have. But in general, this, the page is a very creative individual. This is somebody who likes to, or generally thinks outside of the box, even though, this is a young person. Typically we think pages as being, could even be your children, but somebody who's younger, right? A teenager in their 20s. And even though this person is, more mature, more inexperienced, they usually are very good with coming up with new ideas, new ventures, looking at things in a different way, right? Being able to, they're very good at, coming up with solutions and answers to, if there's a problem that you haven't been able to figure out a way to handle it, they're good at coming up with, new ways of handling, or new ways of doing something. This is very, very powerful energy, right? And then we have this Three of Wands as the outbound energy for the weekend. So again, continuing with this, the theme of the Wands energy, but the Three of Wands is about expansion. This is very expansive energy. It has to do with, waiting for some type of return on investment. So, this is you've been working towards something, and now you're sort of waiting to see, okay, and what am I going to get back? And what about, where do I go from here? So it can have to do with partnering with other people, business partnerships. It can have to do with, it's a card that speaks of endless possibilities, right? Usually this Three of Wands, in the traditional tarot, it shows a man, and he's, staring out, waiting for his ships to come in, right? He's looking out at seas, and we did have this news coming in from afar. So for some of you, there could be something, to do with overseas, or something at a distance, something by water, news coming in from a distance, from somebody, overseas. It could have to do with a new opportunity, a new creative endeavor, a new job opportunity. This with this page of wands here, this could be news of a new job opportunity coming in as well, and it could be at a distance, but it could be very fruitful. It could bring in a lot of new opportunities for you. And then we do have, as the overall energy, the Fool card, right? And the Fool card is all about new beginnings, um, and this Three of Wands, especially in this deck, it can speak of new job opportunities, new and very, a very good job opportunity coming in for you. So it could be a new beginning, right? And then we have water appearing in this Fool. It's portrayed as different, right? It's different than the regular deck, but we do have the Fool not on a cliff, but on this rock, right by the water. So there could definitely be something to do with water or working by water, or this new opportunity, it could be overseas or by water. But this, the Fool it's the first card of the major arcana, and it's the Fool beginning on this new journey, and so it has to do with, um, you know, embarking on a new journey. It has to do with new things, right? It has to do with new energy, new vision. It has to do with um, new beginnings, right? But also using your vision and your creativity as you move towards whatever this new beginning is. And it's a new phase in your life, a new chapter in your life, a new job, new career. It could be in a completely different job sector than what you have been used to working in, right? This could be something completely different. But it's all about, being courageous, being fearless, embracing whatever this new thing is in a very fearless, and courageous manner. So if there is maybe it's a job that, you have never done before, like I said, in a completely different field, or maybe you're embarking on this brand new career and you're a little bit concerned, you're a little bit worried about it, but it's all about, embracing the newness and embracing this new opportunity, because it's one that's very good. I mean, it's a very good, a very solid, very exciting, and it has great potential for you. Now, the Meadow card, this vulnerability oracle card, let me read you. I like to read the full meaning for the oracle cards. And you can see here, let me show you the card again with the meadow, okay? And it says the meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. Okay, so again, open, being open, right? The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush rolling fields urge us to relax and stay for a while. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying. And in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed or defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be exquisitely satisfying. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility, enjoying the 360-degree view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are. The truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditional fears of letting others know who you really are. Yes, others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. These are very real possibilities. Yet by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety, but armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. And that's interesting because the Fool, is all about being your authentic self, right? And the Fool is definitely about trusting, trusting in the universe, trusting in this new adventure, taking that leap of faith, stepping off out into the unknown. And he's also stepping into the unknown, and he has to be courageous, right? It's not always easy. You have to trust, but you have to trust in yourself that you will, that you are making the right decision, the stepping off the cliff, heading off in this new direction. If it does have to do with this new job offer here or a new opportunity, it's trusting that that's the right thing to do, but it's also trusting in the universe, that the universe is going to have your back, while you do this, right? It's this co-creation. It's this, it's you, trusting in the universe, but it's you also embarking upon this new beginning. So interesting. Nice messages for the weekend. I like the reading. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for being here with me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.